kids climbing up your walls, or maybe kids have you climbing the walls of your house, you have to check out Ruckus Climbing Gym. It's a brand new full-service workout center with a fitness room, classes, and of course, lots and lots of climbing. So, John, when was the first time you climbed something, anything?
Oh, anything as a kid, like everybody else, right? All kids get into that stuff, right? But outdoor climbing probably when I was 18, up in the mountains near Brevard. So Looking Glass Rock was the first traditional outdoor climb I did.
And then you kind of took some time off from it, but then you had a little girl who you suddenly noticed had a knack for climbing.
Had a knack for it. Loved to get up anything, no matter what we told her. It was just always climbing things. So yeah, we took her to climbing gym, and then she loved it.
Okay, so tell us about what you've created. What is Ruckus Climbing Gym?
So Ruckus Climbing Gym is a 13,000 square foot gym that basically has bouldering, top rope, lead climbing, all disciplines of climbing. And we wanted to make a focus for climbers of any age, any level, any skill set. You can come in here and have never climbed in your life. We've got everything that you need: shoes, harnesses, ropes, and we've got some routes that you could climb up, and you could get up to 40 feet high.
On your first day?
On your very first day, which is pretty wild for a lot of people, right?
So let's talk first about this wall right here. Let's walk over here. Tell us, what kind of climbing is this?
So this is considered ropes climbing, but it's an auto belay, so you can come in here by yourself and hook into a harness. And this particular device will actually retract with you as you climb. And so it's always nice and tight. And if you fall and drop off the route, it'll catch you and lower you to the ground very, very gently. The neat thing about auto belays is that traditional ropes climbing involves a belayer and a climber, so always two people. But you can show up. We have 9 auto belays, and you can come in by yourself and just go up and down whatever routes you want, and you don't have to worry about it if your friends can make it that day or not. So
and if they're trustworthy, to do the belaying,
protecting your life, right?
How high is this?
So these go up to 30 feet, and for insurance purposes, we try to cap it at that. These will go up to 40, but 30 feet's a pretty good climb there, and a lot of these are for beginner routes too on the other side. So.
And what do you do when you get to the top?
What you do is you basically grab on and just sit down in your harness, and it just lowers you nice and slow to the ground.
And you say, I did it.
So my daughter always does like the little crank, when she gets to the top of something. So
Okay, let's keep walking around. Okay, so let's walk back here. This is a little taller back here.
It is. So it gets up to basically 41 feet in this corner over here. Our walls top at 42. But this is essentially traditional top rope belay climbing. So this is where you have a partner. Right. They have a harness and a belay device. You're roped in as the climber, and they're keeping that rope nice and tight as you go up. And then whenever you want to come down, they just lower you down gently. And this is a social type event when you're doing, things with partners and stuff like that. This is essentially what you'd see outside, just without all the colors and all that.
And let's talk about the colors a little bit. So is it black, red, gray, blue, green, yellow? What do those all mean?
So basically, each route that we design, you would climb only on that color.
Okay.
And if you look at your tags at the bottom of each of these routes, you've got different grades. And so these will start at 5.6 and go all the way up to 513. The higher that second number, then the more difficult the route is. Okay. And so if you're a beginner, nobody's going to care if you're, climbing on multiple colors. But as you get more serious and more into it, you want to stick to the color that you're starting, and that's basically your climb, your route. Yeah.
Right. Let's swing over here to this wall over here. And you were telling me earlier, this is what we might see in the Olympics, right?
Absolutely. So this is basically lead climb. They're going to call it sport climbing in the Olympics. You don't have a rope at the top. You start with a rope at your harness. As you climb in, you clip into each of these clips as you get higher and higher up, right?
Okay.
When you get to the very top, you clip into the very top there, and you just lower back down. But this is a little bit more discipline. It takes more experience. It takes a lot more stamina. It's insane how much harder it is when you're climbing and then you're having to pull a rope up and clip into that, and you're hanging on with one other hand. It's really difficult. So these tend to be your most intense, hardest climbs.
Okay, we talked about the belays. We talked about all the safety. Talk about the floors here.
So this is a 6-inch pad on the floor on the top rope side. So this is going to break your fall if you come maybe from like 6, 7, 8 feet. Our bouldering walls have 12-inch pads, and so they're designed to take a fall from about 14 feet, really. And so just absorbs and keeps anybody from getting injured when they come down.
What is most fun to you about this gym?
I feel like it's like a fountain of youth. It just brings out this youth energy in me, and I see it in everybody else, that when you get up something you've been trying to get up for, a couple tries, it's just the most rewarding feeling in the world. You can feel it in your arms and your legs. It's a proper workout, and it's just fun.
All right, Diamond, tell us what he's doing.
So right now he's just lead climbing. Essentially what that means is the rope starts from the bottom and goes up with him. It's the type of climbing you find most common outside. It's also called sport climbing. This is the type of climbing that you're going to be seeing at the Olympics as well.
So if he fell, would he only go as far as one of these where you just clipped in?
So essentially any type of fall he takes, if he's above the clip, he's going to have to fall whatever the rope above the clip is, plus the rope that's in the slack. That's why we have one person at the ground managing the slack for him. So that way while he's climbing, I'm taking rope and I'm giving it back to him as he's climbing up. Awesome, yep, do your thing. Are you ready to come down? Yep. Perfect. The weight is put onto my harness instead of being put on my hands. So essentially it's not like I'm holding his weight or anything, but the weight is always managed between the two of us.
So you need to kind of have at least close, similar weights, or at least the person down here needs to be close to that person.
Yeah, I mean, you
wouldn't want to have a child down here.
Of course. With that, there's different tools and stuff to be able to manage those weights and stuff. But for the most part, you want to be able to know your partner, know how much you're working with, like weight-wise, and be able to communicate with each other. I think that's the most important thing. It's the start of every good relationship. So, yeah.
Well said.
Yeah.
Diamond, how did you get started climbing?
I started climbing in college about 8 years ago now, and I was enamored. My biggest thing with climbing is the community that climbs. I love being able to come in and meet people at the climbing gym. Most of my friends climb for that reason, and it's just a type of sport that you can take anywhere with you. I have plans to go to Mexico to go climbing, Thailand to go climbing, essentially anywhere and everywhere that I can. I always take my friends with me to do that, so. Yeah, it's a good time to bond over something.
And a good way to see the world.
Exactly, for sure. Not a lot of people get to see the world from 1,000, 1,500 feet up, on the side of a mountain, so.
Upside down.
Exactly.
So this is the kids area / birthday party area / beginner wall. That's what I'm going to do. And it's just another part of the gym where you can have a whole lot of fun and practice your skills. You can find Ruckus Climbing Gym on High Point Road in Greensboro and online at ruckusclimbinggym.com.